Victor Osimhen to Chelsea could potentially happen. And why is it going to happen? Because Napoli don't understand what they have and they're being absolute idiots. What kind of club mocks their own player on their own team? Absolutely crazy, especially when this was one of your best players. We will get into this and I'll break this down. Then we need to talk about VAR. People don't understand that sometimes VAR is actually a very good tool, and more importantly, Gusto's red card was a red card. Curtis Jones's red card is a red card. We will talk about this in detail. And finally, Pochettino once again comes out and really puts a foot down on what's going on with Noni and why he hasn't been in the squad. I think the way he deals with it is perfect. We will break it down. We will get into it. Let's go. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. I hope you lot are having a lovely Sunday. We haven't got Chelsea game this weekend, so it's very hard for them not to ruin our weekend. But when you look at the table, your weekend kind of gets ruined, and you would want them to play because we need to win to climb up that weekend. We are 15th at this moment in time. It's very sticky. But let me get the admin out of the way. I've started recently doing TikToks again, purely based on the fact that I can talk about different clubs there, as well as Chelsea. So if you guys still enjoy the content I'm doing here, go and follow me on TikTok. It's in a pinned comment below. You will get literally me talking about other topical issues around football. If that does well, I might open into Kavkas View 2 and do longer form content on YouTube. Before we get started, I need you lot to hit that like button, 1,000 likes, and subscribe to the channel, because that's the best way you guys can support me. October's a new month. We need to hit 200,000 views this month and keep it stepping, and you guys are the best way to help me. So I've given up on the hope that Chelsea could actually sign top world-class players at this moment in time, purely based on the fact that we're 15th, right? How much more money can we throw at players to convince them to come join this mess? However, realistically speaking, our performances haven't been too bad. It's the results that haven't been fantastic. We still have the heritage of Chelsea, as they would say, in the sense that Chelsea is a club that is known to be winning a lot of trophies in the last 20 years. And when these kids were growing up and these players were growing up, that's what they remember. And in this case, I think we have a very good chance of taking Victor Osimhen. Osimhen's got 18 months left on his deal. He becomes a free agent, not this summer, but next summer. And at this moment in time, he's not signing a new deal. But, and this is where the big but comes in, Osimhen was close to signing a new deal with Napoli for astronomically beautiful wages. Like, these wages were going to be life-changing money. However, Osimhen's camp wants a release clause. And the reason they want a release clause is because if one of the big boys comes in, they don't want De Laurentiis doing that madness that he does, 500 million. Because he wants an exit route out of Napoli. It's just normal. He doesn't want to spend the rest of his career in Napoli. He wants to win stuff, which he has. He wants to give back to the team that's given him a lot. But at the same time, he wants to experience other things, which is perfectly normal. But then Napoli, as admin, I don't know who he is, he decides to make two stupid TikToks. One mocking him about a penalty, and the other one comparing Osimhen to a coconut. Guys, this is highly offensive. Like, this is beyond offensive, because what I think these women, whilst I think these are like trends that are viral at this moment in time, I think the admin didn't use something called his brain and just decided to make a video not thinking of the ramifications. If I'm Victor Osimhen, I'm offended purely based on the fact that you put a screechy voice over me and then you show me missing a penalty, which I'm already down about because we didn't win the game. Yet you want to mock me so there's more people that laugh. How is this a moment that you want to use your official TikTok account as a club to promote your player? You are damaging your player, and the player's agent literally said they are damaging the player's brand and there will be a potential lawsuit. This is absolutely crazy. I've never seen something like this. Chelsea are on standby. Chelsea know they want to get this player. Chelsea know this is the number 9 that needs to be leading the Chelsea line. For me, it's very simple. If Chelsea get this player, it happens in January. And the reason I say it happens in January is the way this season is going, unless we have a massive U-turn, I do not see Victor Osimhen picking Chelsea over the options he's going to have. Think about it. Real Madrid will need a number 9. Barcelona will need a number 9 because Lewandowski's getting old. There will be Juventus potentially looking for a new number 9. There will be other clubs, Manchester United potentially looking for a number 9. Victor Osimhen will be looking at all clubs. He'll have options from all avenues. So Chelsea, if they want to get this player, they need to move. Is he better than Ivan Toney? Of course he is. There's nonsense that people are trying to compare Osimhen to Ivan Toney is hilarious. Now we also need to talk about the other aspect. So yesterday I watched the Liverpool game the highlights of it, and there was a Curtis Jones challenge, and the reaction from Chelsea Twitter, the reaction from Twitter in general, that's not a red card. And what's really eye-opening is ex-pros are saying it's not a red card. Guys, it's a red card, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a red card, and I'm going to explain to you why VAR is actually very good. The other day, when we watched Brighton Chelsea, Ogochukwu done an absolutely disgusting challenge. And like, let's not beat around the bush. I know we're biased. I know this is a Chelsea-related channel, so we're gonna like try to protect our players. But his challenge was absolutely nasty. Studs up, straight into the shin. VAR would have reviewed that, sent him off. But lucky for us, there was no VAR, so we got away. However, and this is the key, Malo Gusto's one the other day, he slightly gets the ball, but the force is so out of control, he goes right into the end. Yesterday, same thing happened again to Curtis Jones, but he went a little bit over. Those challenges are ridiculously dangerous. Those challenges could break legs, and more importantly, could end careers. Those challenges need to be eradicated from the game. I know we love one of those Phil Bardsley challenge. I know we love those Lee Cattermole challenge. I know we love it when Casemiro goes through somebody. However, we also need to protect players. And I think sometimes as fans, you get carried away. Oh, he got the ball. Yes, he got the ball, but at what extent did he get the ball? Was he in control? And the way I'm going to tell you guys to judge it these days, because the rules have changed. If it looks reckless to the point where he can't stop himself, because that's how I judge it. His studs are up. He's going through the knee. What do you think's going to happen? Like, realistically speaking, what do you think? Malo Gusto's one. The real question was, why was Malo Gusto making that challenge in the middle of nowhere? And the same thing for Curtis Jones. Why are you making a challenge so silly in that area? I know these players are eager. I know it's a pace game where things happen really quickly. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more calm. That's just my personal opinion. I want to hear. Pochettino has come out and spoken about Madueke, and this is very interesting. So on Wednesday night after the Brighton game, Pochettino came out and it was very, very transparent. Why was Noni not in the squad? It was out of choice. And I straight away said, and this is it, and I made a video on it, and I said, this has got a lot to do, in my opinion, with the fact that Noni was caught party. And then all of a sudden murmurs came out, and in the press conference, after like the coverage that the broadcasters do, so there's two types of press conference, right? There's one where the broadcasters talk so we can actually see, and then there's one for the newspapers. So the newspapers ask the questions and they write about it. It's basically there to ensure that newspapers have some content that is different to the broadcasters, so people actually buy the newspaper. And one of the questions was, is Noni basically in trouble? And he basically explained, look, it's not a big deal because like we've got over it, but I expect Chelsea players not to party when they're injured. And this is exactly what I said. Guys, there is nothing wrong with Noni Madueke going out to partying, having a great time. He's a young, rich young man in London, right? Let's think about this. He has got more money than most of us could dream about. He has got all the access to the best nightclubs, the best restaurants, the best bars, the people calling him basically saying, please come, do this, we'll give you this for free, because he's a brand. So why do you think a 20, 21-year-old is not gonna get enticed by that? Because he's a sportsman? No, he's human. He wants to have fun. Listen, let me tell you this way. When I was 18, I used to go out a lot, right? When I was at uni first year, I was partying all the time. Like literally every weekend I was out. Sometimes I even used to ask myself, yo, I need to start taking uni a bit more seriously. Second and third year, I took it a bit more seriously and I ended up getting first class honors. But that's not the whole point. It's very easy when you're in the lifestyle of going out to just let it get out of control. And can you imagine? I was broken. So can you imagine what it would be like when you have money? He's in the best clubs. He's most probably got very attractive females around him. He's having a great time. And I don't blame him for doing it. But he needs to remember, and this is what Pochettino's reiterating, he is a football player that gets paid a lot of money. His job is to stay fit and make sure he's contributing to Chelsea Football Club. This income will stop coming if you're not playing. And the reality is, when you're injured, you should be eating, sleeping, and resting. That's the only thing you should be doing to get back onto the pitch. That's what the club wants you to do because they pay you 60, 70,000 pounds a week. I also think sometimes we don't realize, right? His job is to be fit and healthy for a football club. And the money he gets is almost compensation for the sacrifice that he has to receive. Most probably not going out as much, most probably being in the media light all the time. So the balance is very tricky, and I don't expect a 20-21-year-old to get it right. And this is a problem. Once again, we come back to the problem of having such a young squad. Who's going to sit him down and say, you know what, Nons, I really think this is a bad idea. You shouldn't be going out. You need to get yourself under control a little bit. Who? Cole Palmer, that's his boy. Apart from Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, Reece James, and Thiago Silva, we don't have experience in this team. And realistically speaking, it needs to be a certain type of individual that he gets along with and respects. It can't just be any next person. So it's such a hard balance. I am happy the way Poch dealt with it so publicly, purely based on the fact that now the other players know this is unacceptable. Before, you should have known, because it's just an unwritten rule. You don't go out when you're injured. Now you know. Now it's out there. The next one to do it, you get a bigger punishment than Noni, because you actively should be learning from his mistakes. My granddad always said, smart people learn from other people's mistakes. Dumb people learn from their own mistakes. And that is actually a very simple but smart statement to make. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, if you want me to hear my opinions on different topics on TikTok, go follow me there. But otherwise, peace out, I'm out, have a lovely day.